What is going on YouTube? It is FlopFish here, and welcome back to the Dallas Stars Be a GM mode. And today we are about halfway through the season or so, and really liking the way the team's been rolling. It's been rolling pretty good. Haven't really been faced with too many opportunities for trades and anything like that. Anyways, let's get right into the team. And yeah, we're leading the Central again. We're 32, 14, and 2. We started off a little bit rough. Again, I simmed quite a bit forwards. Then, as you can see, Sagan is leading the team in points, but I turned off assistant coach at line. So we've been going on quite a big run though. Like that was our first loss in a few games. But yeah, so I turned off assistant coach at in line just because it was just getting annoying. I wanted my team to have a certain look, and just wasn't having that happen. But you know, we had a bad December. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regulation losses, 1 overtime loss, and that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. So 1 being a shootout win, which isn't great, but I mean we were on a tear in November. Like look at that. There's only 2 losses, 3 losses. Oh, okay, there's 4 losses. So I mean, like not the best run, but hey, definitely not the worst. We'll take the amount of points we have so far, and just kind of where we're at in the standings. We're in a pretty good situation. We're 8 points up on the next closest team, but we do have more games played, and our wins in regulation are kind of a little bit low, but hey, we've been winning games at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to. So, or regulation overtime wins. That's the important part. But yeah, so we're second in the league behind Detroit. Pretty solid. We're probably going to end up around probably like 4th or 5th or so. Might look to make a push for like a big player or something at the deadline. I feel like we could do that. Maybe afford to get rid of one of our defensemen to upgrade. But as you can see, you know, like the typical cast has been getting it done. We have Sagan, Ben, Sharp, Sedin, Klingberg, Spooner's almost a point every second. Yeah, he's a point every second game, which is pretty good. His shot generation is actually alright. 82 shots is about, again, a shot, 2 shots every game, which is really good. Klinger's been well. Goligoski's been well. Pouliot's been done well. Eakin is doing well. Nichushkin, a little bit disappointed in Nichushkin, I'm not going to lie. Hansky is what it is. And so, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. Morin has kind of just been on the sidelines, and outside of that, that's kind of how things have been going. In our AHL teams, you know, we're just kind of staying the course again. Smith is doing well for us. I actually haven't checked, but I think Fax is doing pretty well. Fax is actually the captain, so Dickinson's doing well. Eakin, that's a good pickup too. McKenzie is looking good. So we do have some good guys down here in the farm, which is nice to see, because we'll be able to bring them up eventually. So I think we do have a good overall kind of blend of prospects and overall good players. There's no players who were like on the trading block, no players who were unhappy. So right now everything just kind of status quo. And yeah, with all that being said, so let's look at kind of like just our trade value and stuff. And you know, your Levy's at a 68, which is good. He started off at a 61, I think, and Dickinson's up a little bit, so that's good. Richie again at the 84 from the start of the year, but I think we can get rid of Russell. In all honesty, I think my gut instincts to get rid of Russell. The reason why I want to get rid of Russell is because when we go to our edit lines here, we can see like we do want to have depth for the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, but we're not gonna have space to re-sign him. And I think we have him on a 1-year contract anyways. He's not doing anything exceptional, and we can just easily swap him out with a guy like with Nemeth. So Nemeth would make more sense in this lineup anyways. And overall, you know, this has just been a little bit better of a balanced lineup too. We're actually getting a pretty balanced approach in here. You know, Pouliot's up to an 85, which is always good. But yeah, other than that, you know, I like the way the team looks. I think it's pretty solid. Up front was the only other things like I'm keeping Nichushkin up here for the sole reason that I want him to grow a little bit more. But just like the more you push him and stuff, he's just not growing. I mean, I can throw him in on the power play, but who do you take out really? I want Spooner to get the top minutes because he's a little bit better of a producer. But you know what? Maybe we'll give Nichushkin that top minutes there. So maybe that's what we'll do. Yeah, it's just tough. It's tough. Like we're even giving him second line minutes there, and you know he's just not producing. We need him to produce a little bit. So it's unfortunate because I really like Nichushkin, but we might have to find like a place for him to go. And I think because of that, we're gonna remove probably Dickinson off our trade block, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put Russell on it. The reason why we're putting Russell on it is because, again, his contract ends this year. He doesn't really fit in with the team. We can replace him, and that's kind of, just solid. So all our wants are defensive. I think we're actually just going to want, depth. So I want the ages to be, I don't know, a little bit younger and just have good potentials, kind of. So across the board, same thing. We'll want first round draft picks. I always want first round draft picks. The reason why I always want first round draft picks is because if you can consistently get draft picks, you can consistently retool, and you can be competitive consistently rather than stacking it up. And again, we have enough to be hey, we can just push for it right away. So future picks will turn first and seconds on, and then as well as first, seconds, and thirds for this year. And yeah, so I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to take Stransky off. Or no, we're going to take Ikonen off, and we're actually going to put up, we're going to put Hemsky on here. Just because, Nichushkin has the same trade value as a guy like Russell, but overall, I think, he's just not going to fit in too well moving forward. So where is Hemsky? Is he actually, improved a little bit? Oh, the trade value's actually gone up a little bit. Cool. So yeah, we'll get Hemsky in here, and I think this is kind of more or less what we want to do. Maybe Roussel too. Maybe we'll edit Roussel. Maybe we'll let's put Roussel on here. Roussel's probably not going to be super happy, but hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta make some tough choices, and again, Roussel's right there. Is he playing every game for us? I believe he is. Yeah, he is. You know what? He's just being a great guy, so we'll be fine without him there. And trading block, we want to put Jack Campbell on there. That's who we want on, because it is long enough through the season that it's just hey, you're not working out for us. So his potential dropped a lot, but hey, it is what it is, and that's okay. He's up to 79 overall. We're probably again just gonna get rid of him for however much as we can. But yeah, so let's go ahead and sim forward a little bit, see where things are kind of working out, and we'll do the trade deadline this episode. Probably stop there, but I'm just looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good episode. So now that the rest of the stuff is done, let's sim forward 3 weeks or so. I think this will coincide with when I have to change my scouting anyways. So I want to see some more wins out of the lineup. Again, we're not the strongest. So bidding in a second round pick for their second, I will decline that. I don't want to lose guys like Bidden and stuff. Russell for Ferentz and a first with Bidden. Again, I don't want to lose Bidden. I like Bidden a lot, especially in real life too. Bidden's a guy who, this year he's been doing well at the U18s, which is good. Second round pick for Melko Carlson's interesting, but we'd have to get rid of someone. So this is Morello. I believe his morale's low, but that's decent stats. I don't really want to get rid of the second round pick for him. If I can get rid of I don't know, what skaters are matching their block? Roussel for Carlson, if they want to do that. Okay. Ooh, San Jose is really selling. Wow, Brett Burns is on the trading block. I think we go all out for him. Cause how many is he a UFA? He's got 1 year left. He doesn't have a lot of points, but he has a lot of shots. We should stop the sim, cause that's pretty interesting that he's on the trading block. So let's see if anything big is shaken down here, cause that's pretty interesting. Again, as I just said, that's Brett Burns on the trading block is a pretty big deal. So we'll see if there's anyone else out there. I doubt there will be, but hey, who knows? So it doesn't like Patty Sharp. That's interesting. Anything in the AHL, probably Faxa. Yeah, we'll just go with the second one. The one thing I don't like about Morale is how the second one's always the best answer. I wish there's times where you actually had to work for it a little bit more and kind of guess the morales, have more options. But again, it just kind of is what it is. All right, so let's go to proposed trade and just kind of look. So we got Lindback, Vermette. Vermette's not really someone I want to bring in. Wisniewski, not really. Ferentz, Camphor, Kempe. Fisher, not really. Richards and Chris Neal, no thank you. They have a lot of guys, so. Let's look at San Jose. They only have the 3 guys up there, so. You know, like, I'd love to bring them on the team, but it's going to cost us way too much. Like, when we look at what they're interested in, like, they're not even interested in Tyler Seguin, so. It's just going to be too costly, so it doesn't look like anything major to shake down right now. Maybe the Yotes have someone. No, they don't even have someone in their top page. Bruins don't. Maybe the Hurricanes. Maybe. So Wisniewski, again, that'd be like swapping him for Russell, which I think I think it's a positive move, actually, swapping him for Russell, if they're interested in that. And the reason why I think that's a positive move is because you're getting a guy who's a little bit better for a guy who's we're taking on the salary for essentially like a player who I view as a better player in this game. So, but again, it could just be down to minutes and stuff. So maybe we will avoid Wiz. Horkoff, again, no one else really major. Okay, so we will just back out and continue simming along. We'll sim forward like what, another. Let's go with like another 4 games, something like that. So let's sim to the end of the week. I think that's a good ending point, and then we'll see. So Tuola, and again, I don't want to trade any of my draft picks that I've signed. It just doesn't make sense. So Seidenberg, Bidden, I don't want to trade Seidenberg, and I don't want to get rid of Bidden. Seidenberg's too expensive. I don't want to retain. The point of Chris Russell's deal was to kind of get prospects anyways back in. So I'm going to decline that. And let's see. So we beat the Flyers. Let's see if there's any trades that are shook down here. I'm going to say no, but we'll see. Yeah, so none still shook down. Let's see if there's anything on the trading block here. And the reason why I go to propose trade is just because it's actually easier to navigate the block. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right, so again, no real changes out here, it seems. Ooh, Hedman and Johnson. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So Victor Hedman is a guy that I would go all in for because he's a good fit in the team. He's a two-way defenseman. Just makes a lot of sense to bring him in. I mean, he's got 1 year left. Do they have any good goalies? No. Skaters. Alright, so it's literally Hedman. I mean, what would we have to give up to get Hedman? We'd have to give up, like... Alright, so we're looking at... I'm not trading Klingberg. Russell. Eakin? I don't really want to give up Richie. Because he seems to be okay, but you know what, for the right price it can be done. So we're probably gonna have to take back a couple bad contracts, but anyone else that they want, maybe a draft pick, maybe a goalie. Alright, so there's a couple goalies that match their block. That's interesting. Any draft picks that tickle their fancy? I don't want to get rid of this year's second, just because of who we have. But alright, so they have more than 45 skaters in the organization. We're still not going to be able to crank this trade out, which is unfortunate. So I want Hedman. It's just we don't have the value for that trade. Yeah. That's unfortunate because we really want a guy like Hedman on the team. But even Tyler Johnson, like a guy that I would love to have on the team but just doesn't fit. So we're going to sim forward to the Wednesday here and just take this kind of like briefly day at a time, see if we get anything really interesting. Again, Hedman's a guy who we should be going after because that should be a guy that we're bringing in. Oh, wow. Bjorkstrad. Had a Hattie. Nice. Bjork. I can't speak. But one of my favorite players from NHL 15 actually, and even in real life, he's got a really good shot. Just like the way he plays. He played on Portland, and Portland's a scary team in the WHL. They had like Batan, Leipzig, a few other really good guys. Seth Jones for a year. So they were a dangerous team. It looks like they're just trying to get rid of guys. Still the same people up. Higgins, Bachman. All right. So again, no one really major on either team. Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna go ahead and sim forward a little bit again. We'll sim to the Sunday. And again, we're doing well. We're winning games, which is good. As I say that, we lose 4-2. But, you know, like, we're winning games. We're overall just a solid team. Sedin had 4 points in a 5-2 thumping of the Stars. That's awkward. That's really awkward. Player and pick trading. Waiver claims. League updates, maybe? Message center. I wish there was, like, a rumor center, but... Yeah, there's no real rumors there. I wish there was like a bit of a more of a rumor thing, but oh well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see like what kind of happens with this way. By the way, that guy I've scouted I want to pick because his last name's like Mini Guns, which is just awesome in every single way. All right, so Sompy, and it's still the same cast of guys up on the block. Should we peek through Let's peek through Vancouver, see if there's anyone that we really would want. It seems like there isn't, so... You know, yeah, like, even bringing in Hutton, like, I'd love to bring in Hutton, but it's not going to be a good fit for the squad, so... Looks like we're going to sim forward a few more days, and again, I want to make a deal at the trade deadline. I want to get rid of Chris Russell, but... if we can't, we can't, so... I'm not going to complain too much if we have to keep him and lose him, because essentially I view him as our own like kind of trade, like our free agent rental or trade deadline rental. So we pay the salary instead of actually like paying him. Let's go with the OHL. I haven't scouted the OHL yet, so we'll do a month in the O. All right, a third for 2 seconds for a third is just a good value trade overall. Alright, if I can sweeten the deal here, again, like a 7th round. Alright, I'll do that. Alright, nope, I won't do that then. You want to upgrade that badly? You can upgrade that badly, but you're not going to, so sucks to be you. Alright, Russell and Bidden for a 2nd, a 3rd, and Ferentz. I really don't want Ferentz. I know they're trying to get rid of him. The 2nd and the 3rd's nice, but I don't want to get rid of Bidden either. Everyone's really interested in Bidden too, which is kind of funny because he's like a guy that's just, you know, he'll slide in the draft, but like literally the next year you'll get so many trade offers on him. Alright, so we're sliding a little bit here. It might actually be time to get a little bit of a shake-up. Well, we'll have to see here. Any more player and pick trading? No. So nothing happened there. Martinuk, former Vancouver Giant, notched shootout winner right there. Alright, so let's see if there's any like big name guys out on the trade block here. So let's see. So there's really no one else, you know, major on the trade blocks for teams. So I think what I might do actually is, you know, I might scan through Morale on my own and we'll sim up a little bit closer to the trade deadline here. And yeah, I'll be uploading this right away, and we'll just kind of go from there and see kind of how things shake down, because I think there's going to be a bunch of trades, and so I'll probably get a lot of stuff on the trade block and just kind of like get everything hammered out, and hopefully we get a few trades in order here. But yeah, it looks like overall that we're going to be you know, it's just gonna be the same team selling as we get closer. So it's unfortunate, but hey, Maybe I'll just have to check morale and stuff. So we'll sim the next couple days, and I think that's what I'm gonna do because we're right at the 20-minute mark, anyways. I know I said I was gonna get the whole trade deadline in, but with the guys up for a trade that are like up for trade, it's pretty intriguing. So, all right, let's see. So we'll sim forward to the trade deadline if no one else is like up here, if there's no trades right now. So, ooh. Victor Hedman Johnson is now part of a trade. All right, player and pick trading. All right, so Ferentz a 3rd-round pick for Scrubs. Johnson for a 1st-round pick, and Packham Boudreau. So that's a pretty good trade for the Capitals. That's scary. And again, so with one guy being knocked off the block, I should probably go through this and just see. You know what we're looking at, because we're probably looking at the same cast. So I'm gonna be uploading this, and hopefully the other episode will be up later tonight or tomorrow for sure. Yeah, so anyways guys, I will see you guys then. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, a rating is very much appreciated. Again, heading into the next episode, we're going to be looking at trying to get rid of Russell, Hemsky, and Campbell, kind of the 3 guys on our team. I don't mind keeping Hemsky, but Russell and Campbell for sure, because they're not going to be sticking around. So thank you for watching. As always, take it easy, and I'll catch you guys on the flop side.